Now start to engage in your breath. Listen to your breath as it moves through your body. In yoga, all our breathing is through our nose, our inhalations and our exhalations. We call this the ocean breath, or Ujjayi breathing. So just let's practice that. And the sound that it makes, it's like a snoring with your mouth closed. So it's like a... So picture that ocean wave moving on the shores. It moves in and out. And that's like the ocean wave moving through your body. It's like a... where you lift the belly and the chest and the shoulders and you exhale. You bring it all in. And inhale and lift. And exhale. Just bring it all in like that ocean wave. And listen to your breathing. And start to come into the present. Clear away the cobwebs for the brain and just relax. Soften your face, heavy eyelids, relax your jaw, loosen the tongue in your mouth and open up the back of your throat so that breath can just move through. Feel your hands on your knees and just start to anchor the mind in silence. Return your mind to the original silence and breathe. Now drop your chin into your chest. Keeping your breath, you want to drop your chin into your chest. Now take your fingers and interlace them behind your head, not your neck, but your head, and drop your elbows. Tuck the chin into the chest and make sure your back is nice and straight and strong. You don't want to be too rounded. You want a nice straight back, and continue that ocean breathing. Now release your head from your hands, bring your head back up to center, and drop your right ear over to your right shoulder. Now you can take your right hand and place it on the left side of your head and gently pull your head over. Remember, you want to have a nice straight back, and you want to feel a good stretch right across your left neck and left shoulder. Beautiful. Now bring it back to center and bring your left ear over to your left shoulder. Place your left hand on the right side of your head and gently pull it over. Again, feel a real good stretch right down the right side of your neck and shoulder. Keeping your back nice and straight. Breathe in your ocean breath. Bring it back to center. Now drop your chin into your chest one more time. And engage in neck rolls. You want your neck rolls to just be a full range of motion. Use your breath to guide you. We're not in any races here, just nice slow rolls all the way around. Now reverse the direction. Bring it all the way around. Feels great. Now bring it back to center and you can open your eyes and place your hands on your shoulders. And we're going to do shoulder rolls now. And what we do with shoulder rolls is you bring your shoulders all the way up to your ears. As you bring your elbows in front, swing your arms back and crack open your chest as you bring your arms all the way around once. Breathe them around another time. Full range of motion here. Now reverse the direction. Elbows together. Shoulders up and around in a nice circular motion. Beautiful, all the way around. And bring your hands down to heart center in prayer position. Now inhale your arms up. Keeping the palms pressed together. Exhale, float them down next to your sides. Inhale and back up. Press the palms together. And exhale, bring them back down to heart center. Inhale up, exhale, float them down next to your sides. Inhale, bring them back up, press those palms together, and exhale down to heart center and hold them there. And breathe. Beautiful. Now let's take our legs and just straighten them out in front of us. Just wiggle the toes a little bit. I want you to take the soles of your feet and draw them in towards your body. Remember, keep your back nice and straight. You want to grab the sides of your feet. This is Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. Drop your knees out so that they're dropped out towards the mat. Now with a nice straight back, you want to just engage in that ocean breath. This is a great stretch for the inner thighs and the groin. Now take your thumbs and place them on the inside of the balls of your feet. Using your hand strength, tuck your elbows in towards your body as you just pull your body towards your heels. It just gives you a little bit more of a stretch in the inner thighs. It's a great release for your back, releases the back tension. Feels great. Now let's cross our legs one more time. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, swan dive forward. Press the palms of your hand into the floor, pressing the hips back. Tuck the chin into the chest. Breathe your ocean breath. No worries. Nice work. And let's just inhale right back up. Great. And let's just straighten out our legs one more time. So let's slightly angle the right leg. Bring the left foot up to the right thigh. Flex that right foot. As we inhale, we stretch our arms up. Exhale, extend yourself over your right foot, grabbing your right foot with all 10 fingers. If you can't reach your foot, bend your knee until you can. And you want to bring your head right down to your knee. So bend your knee as much as you need to so that your head can touch your knee. And breathe your ocean breath into this. Nice deep breaths. Beautiful. Now inhale yourself up. Slightly angle out the left leg, stretch it out. Bring the right foot over to the left thigh. Inhale yourself up and exhale yourself forward over. And remember, you can bend your knee in this pose if you need to get down to your knee. This increases the circulation to the reproductive organs by stretching the inner thighs and the perineal floor. Great. Now everybody come right back up. And take your feet and straddle your mat. Draw your knees in towards your body. Now straighten that right leg. Inhale yourself up and exhale yourself forward. Inhale up and exhale forward. And inhale up and stretch. And exhale forward and hold the position, but remember to breathe through it. And inhale back up and just in one flow, straighten the left leg, bend the right knee, and exhale down. Inhale back up and exhale back down. Inhale up and exhale down and hold. Flex your foot and just press your palms into the mat and remember to keep breathing. Use that ocean breath. Beautiful. Now inhale up, bend both knees, and just in one series, just exhale right down. Bend both knees all the way down. Inhale up and exhale down. And hold it and breathe. Nice work. And inhale back up. And now we're going to move into table series. So what I want you to do is I want you to come onto your mat onto all fours. And what you do in table series, you come on your mat on all fours and you want to do a check. You want to make sure that your hands are stacked right underneath your shoulders like Donna is doing here. And you want your knees to be hip-width distance apart, and you want your feet to be flat on the mat. Okay, the tops of the feet are flat on the mat. We're going to go into the cat and the dog stretch. So on the inhale, you're going to arch your back down towards the mat and raise your chin up. And your exhale, you're going to lift the spine up towards the ceiling and drop your chin into the chest. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and hold the inhale position, but continue to breathe through it. This pose helps to stimulate the upper chest and thyroid area. Beautiful. Now exhale, big exhale. Hold the exhale position and just breathe right through it. Beautiful. Now return to table and we're going to thread the needle. Take your right hand, slide it along the mat over to your left side. Palm is facing up. You want your right ear and your right shoulder on the mat. As you inhale, your left arm straight up into the air. Beautiful. This is a great stretch for the shoulders. Now inhale back up to table and thread the needle the other way. Just flow right into it. Take the left arm, slide it along the mat, over to the right side. Inhale that right arm straight up. Make sure the left ear and the left shoulder are on the mat. Nice work. It's a great release for the back and the neck. Now inhale back up into table. And in table, just move your hips left to right, right to left. Wag the tail a little bit. Nice. Bring it back to center. Now you're going to take your right leg and just slide the right leg and the right foot right behind you on the mat. Keep that foot on the mat as you slide it behind you. Now you want to take and inhale that leg up so that it's parallel with the mat. And you may just feel comfortable there, or if you want, you can extend the opposite arm right out. You can feel good energy pull from the fingertip right down to the toe. Nice stretch there. Now if you even want to bring this more deeper into this pose, you can bend your right knee and reach behind you and grab your foot and open up your shoulder and your hip, like Diana and Berta are doing. Let's hold it up there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it down. Nice work, you guys. Now we're just going to do the same with the opposite side. We're going to take our left leg and just slide it along behind us. Keep that foot on the mat. Make sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders as you inhale that left leg straight up so that it's parallel with the mat. You may stay there if you won't feel comfortable enough. You can extend the opposite arm. Again, just feel a nice energy draw from fingertip to toe tip. And those of you that want to deepen the pose, you can take your left knee this time, reach behind you, grab your left ankle or your left foot, whatever is more comfortable, and just inhale, pull it right up, and let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. And just go right back into a nice exhale, right now into a nice comfortable child's pose. Bring your hips down to your heels, bring your head down onto the mat, and just stretch your arms out right in front of you. This is child's pose. This is a relaxation posture. Whenever you feel fatigued in the sequence, you want to make sure that you go into this pose. It's a nice stretch. Now everybody take your hands and interlace your fingers behind your back and inhale them up over your head into Yoga Mudra. Again, another nice good release for our necks and our shoulders. Nice good Ujjayi breathing. Don't forget your Ujjayi breathing. This is a great stretch for the rib cage. Helps to improve our breathing and our respiration. Everybody, you can bring your hands down. Let's come into table. Push yourself right up into table. And from table, you're going to curl your toes under and you lift your knees and hips up, and we're going to go into a down dog. And in down dog, you want your back to be straight, nice and straight. So if you feel a little that it isn't, what you can do is what Renee is doing is she's bending her knees a little bit. This is a modification for it. The nice straight back, tucking the head in between the arms. Beautiful. Try to press your heels down to the mat. Looks great, you guys. Now just in this position, just start moving your hips left to right, right to left. Nice. And bring it back. And gently walk your hands to your feet. Just gently walk your hands to your feet. Staying in a head to knee pose. Take a look at your feet. Make sure your toes and heels are aligned, about 6 inches apart. Now you want to inhale, you want to sweep up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, to come to a standing position. As you do this, extend your arms up. Stretch your arms right next to your ears. Look up at those fingertips that are trying to touch the sky. And let's go into a standing back bend. Just push the hips forward and up as your arms go all the way back. Bring your head back and exhale, swan dive forward into a forward standing bend. Inhale back up, all the way up, right into your standing back bend, and exhale, swan dive forward, all the way down. Nice. Inhale one more time all the way up into that back bend. And exhale, swan dive forward and stay down there this time. Bend your knees or soften your knees as you grab opposite elbows with opposite hands. Tuck your chin into your chest and just hang out in ragdoll. Let gravity just pull you down. Let your exhalations deepen the pose. Feel the stress just being released from your lower back. Now release your elbows from your hands and inhale right back up to a standing position. It's a great soother for the nervous system. And bring your hands to heart center. Beautiful. Everybody, let's just inhale our arms up. Stretch up. Give yourself that back bend one more time. Exhale, swan dive forward, right into a high push-up position. In high push-up, you don't want your butt up in the air. You want it down, level with your shoulders. Exhale, use your upper body strength to bring yourself down to the mat. Inhale, push up into an upward facing dog. Chin is extended up. Thighs and calves are off of the floor. Feet are flat on the floor behind you. Curl your toes under. Exhale into a down dog. Take your knees and hips right off the mat. Nice straight back. Hands are firmly planted into the mat. Beautiful. Breathe that tension right out of your body. From here, I want you to take your right leg and just extend it up to the ceiling. Keep a nice straight leg, extend it right up to the ceiling. Point those toes, feel a good, nice energy right from your toes to your fingers. Now bend that right knee and try to touch your left ear with it. In other words, just open up your hip. Open that hip right up. Now exhale that foot down over to your left wrist. Drop the right foot. Drop the right knee, drop the right hip, extend that left leg straight behind you. You want all 5 toes of that leg behind you to be pressed into the mat. Press your hands firmly into the mat as you inhale up and exhale yourself down. And just hold it down there. If your hips feel uncomfortable on the mat, you can do what Roberta did here. She placed a towel underneath her hip. And so you can put a little cushion under your mat, and that helps with your comfort. Now the most important part of this pose is to have that right hip on the mat. The next important part is to have all 5 of those toes pressed into the mat. The next thing you start to work on is to get that opposite hip down onto the mat. It's a great stretch. It's one of the most powerful poses you can do in yoga. So you want to just really remember your Ujjayi ocean breathing through this. Soften your face and just stretch it right out. No worries, just breathe. This could be a very challenging position, but you want to perceive every challenge as a growth opportunity. Very nice. Now we're going to go into a full pigeon. So what you want to do is you want to keep your front foot where it is, push yourself back up, swing that back leg around so that it's stacked on top of the front leg. Inhale your arms up and exhale yourself forward. Now if this feels uncomfortable, if it feels too tight, too uncomfortable, you can do a modification like Roberta and Diana are doing. They remained in a seated position, bent both knees, and just stack the opposite heel, the left heel onto the right thigh. Hands are placed about 8 inches behind their hips with the fingertips pointing out. This is a modification. Chest is nice and open, and there's a half pigeon modification. Beautiful work. Let's go back into table. From table, put yourself into a down dog. There you go. Now we're just going to do the other side. We're going to take the left leg and fully extend it right up. Stretch it right up. Nice work. Nice pointed toe. Stretch it up. Bend that knee. Touch the opposite ear with it. Just open that hip right up. Stretch it up for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now swing that foot down over to the right wrist. Extend that back leg behind you. Drop the left hip, the left knee, and the left foot right onto the mat. Push yourself up. Exhale yourself forward. And just hold it there. Again, make sure that left hip is dropped onto the mat, that right leg is fully extended behind you. And start working on getting the opposite hip down. And again, if this is feels uncomfortable, you can do what Roberta's done. She's put a towel underneath, and she also hangs on to her foot instead of extending her legs, and sometimes that's a nice modification as well. Nice, you guys. Now let's go into a full pigeon. Push yourself up on your hands as you swing that back leg around to the front. Inhale yourselves up and exhale yourselves forward. Or do a modification like Diana or Roberta. Nice. Practice your Ujjayi breath here. Breathe that breath work. Remember, it's like snoring with your mouth closed. Nice work. Let's swing our legs back around into table. From table, push yourself right up into a nice down dog. Nice, good energy. Feel it right across your shoulders. Now let's look up at our hands. Place your right foot in between your hands. Step your left foot out to a 60 or 90 degree angle. Keep that right knee bent. You want the knee to be bent right above the heel as you inhale up with your hands on your waist. Here you go. Now let's do a check. Make sure your knee is right above your heel. You don't want to press forward too much because it puts too much strain on the knee. So like Renee is doing, she has it aligned right above her heel. Beautiful. Now your hands are on your hips. Your back leg is fully extended behind you. You should feel a good stretch in your thighs. All 10 toes are pressed into the mat real firmly. Now use your hands to give yourself an adjustment so that you're facing the front of the room. Now from here we're going to go into warrior one. Stretch those arms right up next to the ears. There you go, palms facing together. Stretch them right up there. This is warrior one, nice proud warrior. These warrior positions bring you focus and a sense of confidence and power. These nice warrior poses are great. From here we're going to go into warrior two. Extend the right arm in front, the left arm in back. You want that arm to be a nice straight line from fingertip to fingertip. Feel the energy, open up your heart. Your heart supports your arms. If your arms are sagging behind you, you want to just lift them right up there. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. A nice strong heart. From here we're going to go into warrior three. So you swing the back arm to the front and you lift off that front leg and just put your body in a perfect T like Teresa. Or you can do a modification like Renee and Donna are going to do, where they just keep their back leg, their back foot on the mat, place their hands on their hips, and just lean into the pose. Just lean forward into it. Either way. Excellent. Now let's go right back into warrior two. Inhale right back into warrior two. Spin the palms up, and we're going to go into a bent knee front triangle. Just pivot forward at the waist. As you slide the back of your hand along your leg, stretch up that left arm. Stretch it right up on your inhale. And on your exhales, you just open up the chest. And the goal here isn't to have your hand all the way down to the floor. You can do a modification here. You can certainly place your hand on your calf. That makes you feel more comfortable. And sometimes it helps to open up the hips a little bit more, like with Renee here. Beautiful. This is the bent knee front triangle. Now you're going to use that left arm to just gently guide you to a standing position. Exhale your arms down for a moment. Now take a look at your toes and have them point to the front of the room. And then inhale those arms back out into the warrior two position. Spin the palms up one more time. Hinge forward at the waist and go into a reverse triangle. You want the back of your hand to slide along that back leg, stretching it right up. Feel a good stretch right in your hips. Just breathe through those fingertips. Looks great. This is such a great pose for fertility. It really helps to open up the hips, bring a lot of circulation to our reproductive organs. It's just a wonderful pose for us. So just stretch it up and enjoy it and breathe right through it. Nice. Now just inhale back up to a standing position. Release your arms back down. Now take and bring your left foot in front and your right foot in back. Okay, bring your hands onto your hips. And bend that front knee so that the knee is stacked right above the heel. Now use your hands to make an adjustment so that your hips are facing the front of the room. Nice, very nice. Now inhale up into a warrior one. Again, nice fierce warrior. Stretching up those fingertips to warrior two. Left arm is in front, right arm is in back. Feel a good stretch right across your thighs. Those arms are nice and lifted, shoulders are pulled away from the ear. And we're going to go right into a warrior three. Swing that back arm to the front, push off of that front leg, and just go into your body as a perfect T like Teresa. Or you can do a modification where you bring your hands to your hips, bend forward at the waist, keep that back foot onto the mat. Whatever you feel more comfortable doing. Beautiful. And exhale back up. Nice, and bring your arms back down. Nice, bring your arms back down. Now pivot to face so that you're sideways on your mat. And straddle your legs out, step your toes out, and sit down like you're sitting on a horse. This is called horse position. So sit down like you're sitting on a horse. You want a nice straight back, and you want to leave your shoulders out of it. So just relax your shoulders. Two ways to relax your shoulders and to open up your chest is you can bring opposite elbows to opposite hands behind your back, or you can bring your hands into a reverse prayer position. Either way, it really helps to open up the shoulders and helps to just straighten the back. Let's sink into that a little bit lower. Beautiful. Now inhale yourself up, straighten your knees up. Keep your feet where they are, but slightly pigeon toe them in this time. Release your hands from your back. Inhale them up over your head. Exhale, swan dive forward. Press your hands right into the mat, right in between your feet. Fingertips and toe tips are all facing the same direction. If you want, you can bring your head right down to the mat. What we're trying to do here is really work on the angle between our torso and our legs. So it really helps. The closer you can bring your hands in between your feet, the better. And breathe that ocean breath. This is a wonderful releasing pose. It really calms the mind and the spirit. Helps to bring fresh blood into the head. And we're going to go into camel. And in camel, what you do, you sit upright at the top of your mat. You can do one or two things in camel. You can keep your feet down, or you can come up on your toes for a modification. Now you want to take and support your lower back. And by supporting your lower back, either your fingertips are going to be up or down, doesn't matter. Just as long as you're not supporting your hips, you want your lower back to be supported. Beautiful. Now you crack open your chest, bring your head all the way back, lift your hips, push your hips forward and lift them. And if you feel comfortable enough, you can reach behind you and grab your heels, or you can stay right there. Bring the head all the way back. This is wonderful work for our thyroid. Our thyroid, which is housed in our necks, it really helps to stimulate the thyroid, which is very important to our reproductive health. So breathe, beautiful, big, deep ocean breaths. Now use your leg strength to bring yourself forward. Go right into a nice child's pose, which is a good counter pose to this. Just relax in child's pose. Remember, your hips are down to your heels. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale right up into your second camel. Now remember, if your lower back is tight, come up on the balls of your feet and keep your back supported. Beautiful. The way back. Bring your head all the way back. Looks great for 5, 4, 3, 2, and come right up. Nice. Now let's sit on our mats. Unroll the top of your mats. You can sit on your mat. Legs extended in front of you. Flex your feet up. Okay, now take your hands and place them about 8 inches behind your hips. Fingertips pointing towards your hips. Feet are flexed up, legs are straight, legs are together. You're going to inhale, you're going to push your hips all the way up. You're going to extend your head all the way back into a reverse table. All the way back. Stretch it up. Feels great. Keep those feet flexed. Another good work for the thyroid. Really, really helps to stimulate the thyroid. Exhale, lower yourself down. We're going to do one more modification of that. You're going to bring your feet onto the mat. Bend your knees, lift your hips back up, bring the head all the way back. All the way back, beautiful. If you can't lift your hips high, lift just as high as what is comfortable for you. Steady and comfortable. If you feel strain on your knees, move your heels a little further away from your body. Nice. Now let's exhale our hips back down. Straighten your legs out in front of you one more time. Now this time you're going to sit right on your hands. You want the fingertips to be pointed in towards your hips. Sit on your hands, flex the feet. Now push the toes down towards the mat. As you come back on your elbows, we're going to go into fish pose. And arch your back, bring the crown of your head, pull your shoulders back as you bring the crown of your head all the way down to the floor. This is a beautiful feminine pose. It really stretches and stimulates the upper chest and the thyroid. Stretch right into it. Nice. Exhale yourself right back into Savasana. Lie down on the mat, release your hands, lie on the mat, palms facing up. Give yourself a little rest. Now take your knees, bring them up to your chest, and give them a good squeeze. And you can rock back and forth if you want to. This is beautiful work for the lower back. Again, it really helps to release a lot of the tension in the lower back. So just rock back and forth. Just massage your sacrum and your lower back. Nice. Now drop your feet back down onto the mat. Keep your knees bent. Slide your fingertips along the mat till they touch your heels. Now you're going to inhale. You're going to lift your hips up and extend your arms straight behind you into bridge pose. Exhale, right back down. Bring the hips right back down. Inhale up. Exhale, right back down. Inhale up and just hold the position. Remember, whenever you hold a position in yoga, you still want to breathe through it. You may be holding your body in a position, but your breath work, you want to just breathe right through it. It helps just give you a lot of energy, a lot of life. So breathe that ocean breathing. Make sure all 10 toes are pressed right into the mat. Again, this is a position that really helps to improve our thyroid functioning. It increases circulation in the reproductive tract. So just, if you want to deepen this pose, you can take your hands and interlace your fingers underneath your buttocks and tuck your shoulders under, and it really helps to deepen the pose. Breathe. Nice deep breaths. Nice. Now release your hands and lie down in Savasana. Now come to a seated position on your mat. Straighten your legs out in front of you. We're going to go into a seated spinal twist. So straighten your legs straight out in front of you. Take your right foot, slide it underneath your left leg over to your left hip. Place your left foot right in front of your right knee. Take your left elbow, place it inside your left knee. Palm is nice and straight. Take your right hand, place it right next to your hip. As you place it on the floor next to your hip, it's going to really help to lengthen your spine. You don't want to be hunched down here. You want a nice straight spine. And you want to try to form a straight line between your knees and the middle of your chest. So press your elbow right into the side of your knee and press the side of your knee into your elbow at the same time as you lift. And from here, you want to crack open your chest. Look behind you. Lead with the chest, then the shoulders, then the head. And breathe. Ujjayi breathing. This is a wonderful pose. It really helps to release the tension from the back, hips, and shoulders. It's an overall good toner. It helps to stimulate the circulation of the internal organs. It really is a beautiful pose. It flushes out the toxins that are just held in our muscles. This is nice. Now we're going to come out of this pose and we're going to do it on the opposite side. We're just going to flow right into it, which means taking your left foot, sliding it over to your right hip. Take your right foot, place it right in front of your left knee. Nice straight back. Remember, like somebody is pulling a string from the top of your head right to the ceiling. Place your right elbow inside your right knee. Take your left hand, place it next to your left hip, fingertips pointing out. Use it like a pole to push yourself to a nice, straight, long spine as you use your chest and shoulders and head to look at the wall behind you. Crack open the chest. Nice. And release back to center. Now from here we're going to move to our final series, which is legs on the wall. So find some wall space where you can put your legs up on it.